verbal warning and counsel that I had to sign that I had 3 unplanned paid time off days over the last 6 months. 2 of them were because my children were sick.
Let me tell you a story about a client of mine who was under contract to purchase her first home. And this exact scenario almost derailed the entire thing. She had 2 kids. One of them, prior to her going under contract, had caught, I want to say it was mono. I don't remember specifically, but I want to say it was mono. So she ended up having to call out, and she was alternating between her and her husband to take care of their younger child. Anyway, I guess she had gotten written up during that time because of the amount of call outs due to the sickness that their child had. Well, fast forward, I want to say it was like 2 or 3 weeks after that child ended up feeling better, the older child ended up catching whatever it was. And then she had to call out again, her and her husband. But she got fired. She was fired because their attendance policy was more strict than the husband's. It almost derailed the entire transaction. But I will never forget the phone call that she gave me as soon as she walked out of her job and told me that she was fired. She was hysterically crying, saying, "What are you supposed to do? Choose between work or your children? How do you do that?" Thankfully, in this family's case, the mother ended up co-signing so that they could still purchase the home, because without the wife's income, they were not going to qualify. So it ended up working out and they were able to get into the house, but it doesn't take away, obviously, the stress and the despair and just everything of losing a job due to your child being sick and having to call out. It's just mind-blowing. Prior to me becoming a loan officer, I used to be a banker, and so I worked banking hours, right? And I can't tell you how difficult it is to work for a company that only offers you a minuscule amount of PTO and no sick days. I mean, literally, we were offered, I want to say it was like 2.5 weeks of PTO, and that was it. Okay, that is what you were allotted for the year. If you got sick, you were taking from those days. So think about it, if you want to plan a vacation with your family, let's say you want to take a week off, well, now you only have a week and a couple of days left in case you were to get sick. I can't tell you how many times I got written up. I can't tell you how many times I was on the brink of getting fired because of my children getting sick or myself getting sick. I remember vividly talking to my daughter when she was in elementary school, and she would be sick. And I would say, just take the Tylenol. You have to go to school. Mommy has to go to work. Daddy has to go to work. And then in the back of my head, I'm like, because if I don't go to work, I'm going to get fired. And then I get fired because I've already gotten the write-up. I don't think companies realize how difficult it is to be a parent and be in the workforce.